Okay, it's early in the morning. We're down at the bottom of this deep ravine right here. We got to follow this creek. It's a pretty sizable creek to get to this slope mine that actually is way further down there. That actually opened up as a rock slope mine, coal mine, on the other side of this creek, but it's further down a ravine on the opposite side. And they had a trestle going across the creek and up top to the loading tipple, similar to a couple of mines we've seen before. But just trying to beat the heat, so we started when it was actually still dark to try to do this. So this creek's pretty sizable. I mean, it's deep in some areas. So we're going to try to ford right here since there's a sandbar and get on the other side. So, and we'll see if we can get to it. The mine, this mine was it was opened around 1910, stayed in operation until intermittently they would have it open for a year, then it would be idle for a year. So I'm not sure what the reason was for that, but it was open probably into the mid-20s before they finally shut it down. So, you gonna try to go across that? Okay. Well, he's gonna try to use that tree. I'm gonna actually just go this route, safer. All right, and we'll get over there and head down the creek, see if we can find this in a minute. Okay, we repositioned across the creek. It's a lot steeper than we anticipated. The creek down there, the rail spur line would have been way up back behind the top of the ravine above the creek here. So coming up here, they had a trestle. I don't know if it was wooden or steel, minecart trestle that spanned the creek, but here's your first foundation. And the slope mine should be just right there. So, so this is constructed around between 1910, 1912. But that's your first concrete base foundation right there. And so we're just going to go up here and just see what it looks like. But had to do a little walking along the creek to get here, but it should be right up there. But
across the creek, you see the other trestle base.
Yeah, Mr. Box said the other trestle base is right across over there. So this is a pretty big trestle. So all right, we'll go ahead and head on up. Okay. So that concrete base for the trestle, the trestle is going all the way, went at an upward angle. The top of the plateau is up there. And so here's the other base right here. And this was a coal mine. The coal seam was about 36 inches. And this was classified as a rock slope tunnel. So it went for several hundred feet at a slight down angle to get to the coal seam. Ken?
Yep.
Unbelievable. So it spreads out on either side of this plateau, which is up above. And I mean, and it just goes. This was a big slope coal mine. So Mr. Box said we can get in there. So we'll check it out. Just pretty neat to finally track this down. It took some effort. Okay, Mr. Box, he's already gone down inside the slope through that opening just below that big section of rock right there. So the slope mine, it's really the opening was right there. You can see where they cut everything out by hand right here. So I'll be going in just a few minutes. But here's the first base, what would have been the minecart trestle, heading straight up out of the upward angle. I'm not sure what the angle of degrees was going up, but the coal tipple would have been way up on top of that plateau for the rail spur line. So, all right, head on inside in just a few minutes. Okay, so dropped in here into this rock tunnel. As you can see, there's no coal seam. Coal seam's a lot further down, and you know, this could have been a double tracked. There's a timber support right there, so I think this was double tracked right here. You can see the buildup in the middle, but I kind of figured it would be flooded ways down. I was hoping to be a little bit further down, but nonetheless, interesting to see. Had to hike a little ways to get here, but what the heck, man, it was worth it. You know, just to see if it was open. So, yeah, that's impressive. That wooden timber support is still standing.
Yeah, you notice how it's in the middle too. That makes me think that it was double tracked.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see the water rushed on in here, on this side especially. But you can see they carved all this out with hand dynamite picks. Look how rough that is. But I think from where we're at, we would have to go probably, it would have to go, I think, another 100 feet down if it wasn't flooded to reach the actual coal seam. But you know, that is an actual railroad cross tie right there. See that? Look at that. They got the, I'm not sure there's a bolt right there, a nail, but it sure does look like a real cross tie.
So 1910, do you think made those bolts for the electric insulators or something?
Very well could be. I know they had this mine electrified, but water looks clear.
Yeah.
Hey, there's some rail spikes there, probably the remains of the minecart cross ties right there. There's a bolt now. It's just a rock, but.
Now, one thing I was noticing, Wilson, is if you look over here to the right, you can kind of see maybe in 1910 where they had that carved out, those ledges.
Absolutely, for lanterns. Absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure when they electrified, but it was open for probably 15 years, but just intermittently. But anyway, that is, oh, look at that. You can actually see the minecart, the cross ties right there, underneath the water, right there.
Why don't you go for a swim?
I'll tell you what, this thing would keep going too. That was pretty neat.
Looks like the water's dropped a little bit. You can see it was up to there at one point.
So I'm just using one light here. Didn't want to come in with the whole assortment. So, well, hey man, we found it. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here. We got some more mines to go see, but if this water wasn't here, that would go down probably about another 100 or more feet before you'd hit the flat, you know, the flat surface underground where the coal seam was. So, but very, very interesting, man, and you're perfect condition. Thinking it's, you know, 110 years old. So, all right. go ahead and get on up out of here. I don't even know how that's still standing.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Stay right there.
Yeah, that's some blue water right there, but you can see the cross ties underneath the water. That's flooded forever. I guess we'll go ahead and get on up out of here in a minute. Okay, just one final note. So this right here is your main slope right here, where the cross ties and rails would have been for the mine carts. The reports indicated the manway. This had a manway, so this section right here, why it's not as wide as where the cross ties and the mine cart rails were. This right here is your manway passage, which would make sense. Just parallel the slope going down, because there's only one set of cross ties on this side, on the left side. The right side has nothing. So this was your miner's manway passage parallel with the slope. So, all right, just thought I'd be a little more clear on that. All right, and we'll go ahead and get on up out of here. Okay, just got back outside, and Mr. Box, he's coming on out.
This rock that just fell perfectly on the exterior.
Yeah, it's the only reason the thing's open. It's that big boulder. Well, two of them right there creates an opening. So
It's a lot tighter than it appears.
oh yeah, it's easy going in, a little difficult coming out. So all right.
On to the next.
Yeah, man, that's about a good 30 feet up there, 40 feet in some ways. All right, so we'll go ahead and get on up out of here. We got some more mine sites. We got to hike back out of here along the creek first, but very interesting to finally come and see this. It didn't go that far, kind of expected that, but nonetheless, piece of coal mining history right here. Oh man. Yeah, watch me fall in. Trying to get back across the creek here. All right. The mine we left is back up that way. This will take us paralleling back down the creek and back up to a service road. So, all right. Good little expedition to find that coal slope mine.